Hello, my crafty friends. It's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, and it is Team Tiny for December 2023. And the theme for today was holiday. So I am going to make a shaker card and a gift card holder. So I am using the Honeybee Stamps coffee cup die. So I have cut that out of some white cardstock and cut it in half so that it doesn't fold in the center, because we want to be able to slip our gift card in there. Instead of using foam tape for this project, I stacked the frame. I cut it out multiple times out of white cardstock, probably 5 or 6 times, and adhered those together off screen so you didn't have to sit and watch me do that. So I have this, I believe it's a 2-inch panel that of white cardstock, and I'm just using a snowflake stamp. And I'm first going to ink blend it with the Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide, but one, my brush is dirty, which I don't know why. There's a couple videos now where I just need to clean the brush. But so I get this dusty blue color, which doesn't really match the pattern paper frame, as you can see off to the left right there. So I'm going to end up taking, is it Mermaid Lagoon is the color I think I used to cover it up again. I do it a second time just to give it more of the color that I was actually looking for. So once I get that, I will reveal it to the nice white snowflakes. And again, this is an oxide ink as well. You could use distressed ink. You could use any ink that you wanted. Just about finished with the ink blending. And then we will get to assembling the shaker portion of the card. Now, you could skip this part altogether if you didn't want to do a shaker card. You would just, you could stamp your sentiment in the white space. The die set does come with a wrap that you could die cut out of some pattern paper to take up some space. So that would be an option. So I'm just figuring out where my frame lays, and I'm taking some of these snowflake stickers. These, I think I got these from a kit when a company that is no longer in business, I think I was part of their kit service, and I think that's where I got these from. But you could stamp them if you wanted to, but I went with the stickers because they had some shine, and I'm just placing them all around, trying to use the smaller ones, and then I'm going to trim off what's hanging over, and I'm going to use those pieces as well. I'm going to line them up so they are on the edge, so they look like a continuation of my pattern of snowflakes. Just picking out what pieces I want, and then I will use the frame as a guide, so I don't have them, because I put one at the bottom here and I didn't even have it anywhere near where the frame would go. So I had the sense to lay the frame down to make sure that that made sense, and moved it, and then added the other ones some more at the top. I will take some of the larger snowflakes and cut some of the bits off so that I have a few more extra pieces that I can add on to my frame here. I am going to continue adding some stickers, and then I have pre-added 1/8 of an inch score tape to the back of this frame. So while I start to assemble the coffee cup, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about this hop. This is for Team Tiny. This is, the theme for this month was holiday, and so I went with the gift card option. This is a hashtag driven hop, so the hashtag will be in my title and in the description box of this video. Team Tiny is a group of small content creators. We come together once a month to do hops to try to grow our channels. Unfortunately, there has been limited participation within the group for the hops. They've been kind of small for the last little bit, so this is going to be the last hop for a while. Not sure if we will restart at any point, but for now, this will be the last one. So back to my card here, I have added the acetate to the back of my frame, and then this stack of frames I am going to adhere to my coffee cup front using some liquid glue. I was going to add the score tape and then change my mind and decided to just use liquid glue and adhere this down to give myself the well to put my shaker bits. All of my shaker elements are from Sparkle Blends, which is an Etsy shop that has, is no longer in business. But this was a coffee blend, so I thought that went nicely with some brown tones for my shaker. So I will take those and put them into a little dish and take out all of the, there's some pink like to-go cups, so I took those out because I didn't want those, as the pink didn't really go as much with my colored palette that I had selected for this project. So that's the beauty of those. You can always mix and match your different embellishments to kind of create your own unique look for what your project is at that time. So as I'm putting this cup together, I will say the frame that I just adhered down with this stack of frames, I would do another one. If I was to do this project over again, I would stack another 5 or 6 of them together and use them on the inside of the card. So that way the piece that we're going to adhere our gift card to has more room to move around. I use liquid glue for this and it's very snug. It is a very snug fit. So my plan was to do that again, but of course I have procrastinated on this project as per usual, and I'm finishing it up the last minute, so I didn't have a chance to do that to show it to you, but that is definitely what I would do. I've just taken some of that liquid glue and I'm adhering this frame down. I did liquid glue it, which I don't typically do with acetate, but I wanted to give myself some wiggle room in case I put it on crooked, because if you've been here any length of time, you know that that is a high probability that that would happen. So I'm just setting that off to the side to make sure that that adheres nicely. So I am stamping a sentiment from Hero Arts. It says Happy Holidays, and I'm going to use that same Mermaid Lagoon ink to make that coordinate with my pattern paper and sort of with the background. Since there's 2 colors, it's not quite a match, but it does at least go together nicely. And I'm just using an acrylic block to stamp this down. Took my chances instead of putting it in my Misty. And the only reason I did that, to be honest, was because it has stamps in it from a previous project that I was too lazy to take out. So that's the real crafting going on in this place. My chore for today is to clean in here to make it, so that I can, make another mess. So I just used liquid glue to adhere the top down. And now I'm just taking some glue dots to adhere this gift card to my little sleeve that I've created. And this is just an old Starbucks card. There's actually not anything on it, I don't believe, but I keep it in my stash for measurements and things like this. So I'm going to lay it where I want it to be in my project and put some liquid glue to the bottom here, and then very tight to the sides, because I wanted to give myself as much wiggle room as possible, but like I said, it was a snug fit, so I would either add some foam tape or do a couple of frames in your project, and then you could add some foam tape towards the bottom section where I just added that liquid glue, so that your sliding mechanism doesn't go down too far, or you make it longer so that it can go to the bottom. So I'm just making sure I didn't adhere the entire slot closed. And then I am going to take my corner rounder and use the 1/4-inch side just to give me smaller corners to kind of match what I have on my coffee cup on the outside. So I will do that to all 4 corners, and then I will take my hole punch and punch a hole. And I am going to add some light blue ribbon from my stash to give the recipient kind of a little pull tab to be able to assist them to pull this out of the coffee cup. And then once I put it back in, I realized that I have created this to be a bit too much, too long. So I end up off screen trimming it down, and then I will redo my corners and add the ribbon to it again. I did way too much ribbon right here, but anyways, I just trim it off and put the excess aside. So then I'm going to give it a test run, and it is, like I said, a very snug fit. But your gift card's not going to fall out by any means. And then that's when I realized that it was a little too long, so I have trimmed it down and redone the corners, and I'm going to redo the hole and add my ribbon back in. And once I get that put together, that is going to complete the project for today. I hope that you will click on that hashtag below and check out everyone in the hop. I believe there are 8 people signed up, so there might be 6 or so because some people unfortunately don't get to make it due to, life circumstances. So I hope that you'll check them out and show everybody some love. And as always, I hope that you have a great day.